Oh, Spud's great. Hey everybody, it's, well, as you can see, very sunny, on Monday afternoon. Day after WrestleMania, looking forward to Raw, and, I just want to say, I don't want to say meow, but Spud does. I just want to say how thankful I am for everything over this past weekend. The Ronda Rousey Rock versus the Authority tag for Fire Pro Wrestling returns did really nicely. I like to think that one little video has done a lot of good, and it might seem it might seem odd. Like, how can one video do a lot of good? And I'm going to tell you why. That one video right there. Okay, that I don't know how much money that made, or it's going to make me overall, but let's say on average, my videos get about 30, 40, maybe a couple hundred views at the highest. Now, just doing that, I can get about $40 a month on YouTube. So this is already, greatly exceeding that number in just one video. So I don't know. I mean, I'm thinking I might be making at least $100 to $200 thanks to just that one video, which is astonishing to me. And that's only now. I mean, this is crazy. Wow. Thank you, Spud. It helps to have a cat that understands English and is far wiser than she should be as a cat, you would think. But beyond that, the Hall of Fame thing, I covered that for the Observer site, and I jumped at the chance. That's one thing I've been doing with wrestling writing that I haven't been doing as much as my gaming writing. I don't really know why that is. I think it's just because wrestling's a little easier to write about. It's a lot more just say what's happening and throw some analysis in there, at least at the level I'm doing it at. And then you can do some analysis down the line for other stuff. But I jumped at doing that one gig, and I thought, well, maybe I'll just do the Hall of Fame. And I saw the red carpet thing was going. I was like, well, it's only another hour, it's not that big a deal. And then the Hall of Fame went up going 4 hours about. I mean, it was a long, long deal. But it worked out really well. The piece did very well. I don't want to say the exact amount right now. I'm not sure if I should or not. But I'll just say that it's it's doing about as well as the video, the tag match video is doing now so far. So that's really good. Also, folks have been reading it for at least 9 minutes. So that's phenomenal. That's a really long piece of writing, and I like to think that the screenshots in there really added to it, because when I was pitching it to Josh, I said, I want to just do screens because otherwise it's going to be this gigantic long wall of text. That's not interesting to look at. You really need to curate with the words, and when you're doing something that's speech heavy, it can be difficult to do that, and so you kind of have to go on and keep the text engaging by giving people a sense of, okay, this is what it's like watching it live. And in some cases, that was hard to do. Like, the first speech was it Larry Zbyszko's speech? No, the first one was Rikishi. The second one was Larry. It's like, oh my God, how do I put this speech into words? And it was hard, but I still think I did a pretty good job on it. And I think all the screens really kept people engaged, because it wasn't, I didn't do the best job formatting it. It did need some work later, but Josh did a great job on that. And really made it look sharp, And one thing that I do with text, I tend to go with blocks of text versus smaller blocks of text. And sometimes I just think it looks better to me, but I understand why you don't want that, because it can be kind of, it's just too much of the same thing. So you want to mix it up. And I see that when I'm doing hardcore gamer stuff, and Leo go in later and edit things to be a little more interesting. It's so nice to see that collaboration where it's like, okay, I need to take things just a little bit further on, a couple things. But anyway, I'll change subjects here and talk about just why it means so much to me for things to do well right now. As I'm recording this, it's either the 29th or 30th of March. I don't know, it's been kind of a crazy weekend. Either way, late March is always a bit of a rough time because my mother passed away on March 21st, 2009. And, it's so easy to associate late March with that event and everything. And actually, as I'm recording this, she passed away about 2 feet away from me on a hospital bed. But with everything that's going on, it reminds me that okay, I can change what this time period means when I think of it. It's not just going to be this is when my mom passed away. That was also a great time of discovery and growth as a person. But that's been lost, and a lot of it was, a lot of things were hurt about 10 months ago when I was told around Mother's Day by someone who helped me take care of my mom, I was the reason she died. Why didn't you take her to a doctor? If you'd taken her to a doctor, she wouldn't have died. I couldn't believe it. I set out to, basically, do an up yours kind of deal, and it motivated me to put a book out. It was just me, republishing the 2013 Impact reviews. No big deal. I think I've made a grand total of about $1 from that. I didn't do that to make money. It would have been nice, but I mean, it's just, it's a blog content, literally republished without screens. So, it's not even what you get with the blog for free. It's just organized in one thing. But the point of that book was to send a message that I could do it. And I still love that title. I love the image I chose for it, which is Dixie groveling and begging Hulk Hogan to stay, which remains funny 2 years later. And what I want to do with 2015 is make this the year that I always wanted 2009 to be. It never was, because everything was just shifted immediately. Like 3 weeks after she passed away, people were just thrown in because I was told that if you say no, you're going to put them on the street. And then that wound up not being the case, but they became like family, which is the whole idea. I was just told after the fact, oh, well, we just thought you needed a new family. Because that's just something you do, naturally. It's a perfectly logical thing to do to someone whose parents have died by the time they're 25. Just here's a new family for you. Oh, and you're supposed to kick them out after 3 months, too. That's another plan. So, yeah, great logical thinking here. But while I can't change the past, what I can do is work to make the future very good. Or better, at least. Because right now the future is not good. The future is not exactly bright. We've got, let's say, no real income. That's bad. Okay. No paid writing gigs, but a lot of work to do. So that's not great. My goal is to basically take the time I'm working and monetize it as much as possible, whether that's through networking and then kind of monetize it for the future, or doing just more work. I don't mind working hard. I work hard at nearly everything I do. Not everything's an A+, but I really do feel this has been an A+ weekend. And I just want to kind of make as many opportunities as I can into A+ opportunities. And I really do owe everyone at the Wrestling Observer site a great heartfelt thank you. Dave Meltzer hired me for the Lucha Underground gig, and I remember seeing that they were looking for someone. I thought, well, it was a Friday night. I was like, I've just got to apply. The timing felt right, and I didn't do it. I remember when NXT was starting, and there was an opening there, and I was like, well, no, I'm not good enough for that, And then I started doing the blog, and I've been doing writings for an Impact for probably 10 years now. Once it got really horrible. So thanks, Vince Russo. Your writing is awful, but it motivated me to start writing about wrestling. So one good thing that came of that. Sure, you might have helped kill a company. Almost do, but whatever. So I decided, okay. I mean, I didn't really have anything I wanted to show up, though. I was doing the Impact stuff, and those aren't really professional reviews. Those are more TNA focused, and not total nonstop action focused, because that's when the focus is on the show. So, okay, I didn't want to send it in as a sample, so there was a Bellator show that night, and I was like, I'll do this, and I'll change up my formatting a little bit. So I did a super professional-looking piece, put screens throughout the whole deal, nice and logically, or sprinkled them in throughout, as opposed to a big block of them at the end. Looks a lot better as a result. And it was a good format, and it's something that I really do owe R Zombie 1988 a debt, because I saw him doing it, and I was like, you know what, that's a good format. That's a better format than what I've been doing. And he uses he doesn't have capturing equipment. He just uses like capturing on a video file, which is great. But you're limited with what you can do live. And with my capturing card, capture card, I was like, well, sure, I bought this for games, but I wound up getting more use out of it for wrestling content than I did gaming until the hard drive crash in early 2010, where I lost about 4 years of screens. All the great classic portable Impact screens, most were lost. I did recover some from the Death Valley driver board. But anyway, I'm going all over the place here. I'm so happy. And I just want to let everyone know that if you're going through a rough patch, you can make things better. I mean, things were so bad for years. I mean, I was just trapped in my house with the renter situation that was not working. I mean, I had people in the basement that were so loud, and kid upstairs was so loud. I was sleeping in the living room, and then with the people in the basement moved in, they were so loud I couldn't sleep in the living room, so I'd go out in the backyard and sleep in a tent on an air mattress. It's not, that's not good. It was like, I knew at that point, and I was like, things have gone so awry from what my mom's plan was. And I was told that, well, that plan never mattered. The plan was just shifted. The plan was to buy the house out from under me, and I would get to keep a floor. I was like, how can you take advantage of someone like that? I can barely see out of one eye. I can't drive. My family is dead, and you just want to take and take and take. I was not in a good place at all in any way, and I had to really claw to make things better. And 2014 was the start of that, because I was told that people in the basement wouldn't be moved out until April of 2014. I couldn't take it. I could not. I just couldn't handle it. And then I got a Christmas card that told me I wasn't deserving of a Christmas card for 2013. I didn't respond that well. I'm still missing a stove as a result of that. But they were gone, so I thought, okay, well, bigger picture, stove probably didn't work anyway, so okay. I needed to make things better, and I have. They're not perfect by any stretch, but they're better. And I got an email about half hour ago that I might be getting a work-at-home job pretty soon. Now, it's a big company. I'm not going to say which one. Just say that I've covered some of their products before and applied there before. And things didn't quite work out for a number of reasons. I'm looking forward to learning from past mistakes and avoiding making those mistakes again. And I'm really excited. Spud's a really loud cat. Love her to death, but she's really loud. Come here, kitten. No, call her a kitten. She's almost 18. Come here. Come here. There's my little old kitty. 18 years old, huh? Not doing too bad. You're looking good, buddy. You are looking good. You're looking sharp. Mwah. Anyway, this little buddy here, this little bugger is one of the reasons that I want things to turn around, because I look at her and I look at her eyes and I just see pure love because she adores me. And I look and I'm like, okay, I messed things up in some ways, and I was led astray. I was just completely robbed of many things, but that doesn't mean that she needs to suffer. That doesn't mean that her mom needs to suffer. That doesn't mean that their quality of life needs to go down just because of those mistakes. What I want to do is pretty much everything I'm doing now, maybe 80%, 70% of it, but get paid. I definitely need to focus on getting as much paid work as I can. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to make that happen. And a lot of it's networking. If I'd gone to trade shows like E3 and GDC and all that over the past few years, then I would be in a lot better position. So, thank you, Spud. My goal for 2015 is to at least do one trade show for gaming. Make some contacts. Show, hey, look, this is the work I do. This is the work I can do, and hey, if you're willing to pay me for it, I'm willing to do work for you. I think that my work is worth being paid for, and I put a lot of time into it. sometimes, you know. Sometimes it's just quick work because something needs to go up. And every now and then there are those pieces that just wind up perfect and they're quick. Like my Nintendo DNA piece. Anyway, this has gone to a lot of different subjects. I'm kind of glad it did, because it kind of sums up what I've thought this whole weekend. And every major topic that's flowed through my head is kind of coming out in this video. I love that cat. She's so nutty. I just want to thank everyone who's viewed the video, the tag match video. That did so well. I did tweet it to Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey and Jessamine Duke and Marina Shafir and all, and even like the Team Rousey Twitters, you know, and I just, yeah, it's kind of spamming it, but damn it, it worked, and I really did think, okay, I mean, here's an idea that came about just because of what was on WrestleMania, and I do think that it would be a great idea for WrestleMania 32. Even if it's just Steph and Ronda in the corners, it'd still be fun. But I'm very grateful for that video, one video doing well, because it showed me, okay, you never know what's going to happen in life. You never do. It just literally blew up overnight. I mean, it stayed, I remember when I went to sleep, it was at about 300, and I thought, that's real good. That's still about 10 times what a video normally does. And now it's at 200% of what a video normally does for me. A little more than that, actually. Like 250%. So, that's really cool. I greatly appreciate it. And I just hope that I can turn this weekend into really more good things, you know, and use it. I'm looking over at my mom's tribute area here. Use it to fix things and make things right for her, because there's still a lot of estate stuff to do. And there's a lot of estate bills to pay. I mean, I've got $1,800 in property taxes due by May, and I'm just kind of sprinkling that out throughout the month, doing, you know, $500 here, $500 here. Same with legal bills. You know, those add up really quickly. $3.50 an hour. Yeah, it's not cheap, folks. But I mean, I've got enough of a base now to where it's like, okay, if I can stop the bleeding at this point and rebuild, then things might just work out. And I never should have had to sleep outside. I never should have gone through a lot of things I've gone through since she passed away. But I do know I'm not making those mistakes again. And the problem is that with how things are this very minute, it may still be for naught, you know? So my goal is to not lose that fire and just keep trying as best I can to not even just make money. I mean, that's the ultimate goal. But to have fun and enjoy what I have. You know, I've still got Spud, still got Gracie, still got my house, still got my health, and none of these things is permanent. When a plan from minute one is to take your house from under you, it's pretty clear that you've got a lot working against you. And I know I can't do it all on my own, and I have been very fortunate to get a lot of help. From local help and then online help, and just every word of encouragement I get helps a lot. Because it's like an army fighting an army of negativity, or an army of positivity against an army of negativity. And now it sounds like a Captain Planet plot, but I don't care. Because sometimes evil wins over good, you know. But I'm not going to let that happen if I can avoid it. I don't care how hard I have to work, because I work fairly hard as it is. I really do. My hardcore gamer output is almost literally second to none. Okay, I put a lot of content out on that site. And I put a lot of content out on my blog. And it's funny, the wrestling stuff, I am doing really well with wrestling content very quickly. You know, under a year of writing on the Observer site, actually about 6 months now. It's growing from there, you know, and with gaming, everything is kind of plateaued a bit, you know, it's kind of still no pay, You know, it's still, at this one level. It's not exactly where it should be, where I want it to be. But I'm going to try and make that better. And I'm going to do the best job I can doing that. I'm just going to keep looking for work whenever I can find it. And just keep trying. That's all I can do. So, thank you very much. And I really do appreciate every view, every sub, every like. Even every dislike. Like the Ronda tag, like getting a lot of dislikes. It's like, if you hate Ronda Rousey, well, I don't. I think she's great. I've been a fan of hers for years, ever since the build up to the Misha Tate fight, and then looking at her fights before that, and it's like, wow, she's got something special. It's not just that she had a finisher. It's like she's a special personality, and it's just, I'm glad to see her doing so well too. But anyway, I just appreciate every bit of help I've received over the years, because it just makes every journey. That was a weird one. Jeez, bud. Oh, I can't. So cute. I hope all that's getting picked up too. Otherwise, it looks like I'm laughing at nothing. But Spud keeps meowing in the background. It entertains me greatly. Because she just wants attention. I'm going to give it to her with some food. Anyway, thank you so much for all the help over the years. And here's to more years of gaming videos. And I'll probably be doing like some formula stuff later for some characters. So take care and have a great day.